I think my most toxic trait is that I want to befriend Republicans so that they can have a trans friend. And then when they get pregnant or have a baby, I want them to invite me to the gender reveal party and convince them that being the way I became trans is like a witch came up to me, a transgender witch came up to me and like forced me to be transgender. And then I'm gonna like put my hand on the stomach before they pop the fucking balloon at the gender reveal party, and I'm gonna go, ah!
I think that would do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't invite you because I'd be worried.
You're already demonically possessed. You're channeling the demon. You're putting the hand on the belly. I think that it wouldn't do nothing.
I like how this person, I won't be rude, but this person says, oh yeah, Republicans need a trans friend. It's like, we don't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
We don't use humans as an accessory because we need, that's kind of a leftism thing, you know?
Yeah. Why don't you just wait till the baby's born and convince it it's transgender like everyone else is
in
doing.
Elementary school, like everybody else.
Everybody else. It's funny because this whole thing is like a huge LARP for this person.
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, I'm going to make a Republican friend and then I'm going to go to their gender reveal party. I'm going to put my hand on the stomach and then I'm going to make the kid. It's like, you're assuming a lot of steps.
Yeah.
I don't think you're
someone
invited
has to like
the party.
you.
Yeah, someone's gonna like you.
Someone has to think you're normal, and then they're gonna go, "Hey, that gender confused person. Should I invite him to my traditional gender reveal Republican party?"
And even if you got there to that point, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go over to the pregnant woman and I'm gonna put my hand on her stomach. It's like, I think the husband's
Step
like,
back.
Yeah, what are you doing? Step back.
Doing the Fleckus move, reaching for a gun he doesn't.
I have a gun. Take it out of my pocket. The transfer's like, what? Oh, man. Which takes us to our next clip, changing room dress kit. So if you guys are not sure if kids are influenced and soft clay that able to be molded into basically anything, sponges absorbing everything we do and say, this will pretty much prove it.
Okay, hold on. You love it, and you want it, and you picked it out, but you don't want it for school. Can you tell me why?
Because last time I wore a dress to school, everybody called me a girl.
Oh. Well, what did we learn from My Shadow is Pink?
Even when you wear a dress, you're not a girl.
What makes a shirt for a boy or a girl?
Nothing.
So
He's
do
doing
you
a
want
good job
this? You
reciting
picked it
everything
out.
Like,
he learned.
Hit your lines,
You wear it
kid.
all the time at home, but not at school, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I don't want to get made fun of, and that's what they always do when I wear pink stuff.
Well, then don't wear pink stuff unless you really, really want to. And that's the trade-off.
Yeah, sounds like the kid's having an emotional response to the external stimuli he's getting.
And then if there was a normal dad, he'd go, hey, buddy, why don't you wear this baseball shirt? That's for girls. I mean, you can put it on if you like. It's kind of goofy. And the kid will go, oh, I want to wear stuff like you, Dad. And I'll go, okay.
You know the vibe I get from this video? It's like when a police officer is really hammering someone for like 13 hours, and it's like a leading false confession of someone with like a 70 IQ.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same vibe
It's
I'm
like,
getting here.
I did it. I
He's
just want
just
to go
giving
home.
up. He's tired. He's ready to go home and just
Girls
it's over.
and boys. Yeah. And look at the confidence this woman has. Imagine recording a video out loud in an echoing changing room where basically everyone's hearing
changing next to it.
Yeah. And he's like, it's like, am I on John Quinona's show? Is this what would you do? Do I have to step in and stop this? Or do I have to step in and say, this is great? Is John Quinona's going to pop out?
Yeah.
So it's
Quinones now thinks this, if you give positive reinforcement to this, it's great.
and then if you don't, it's like,
You're the bigot.
what were you doing?
Yeah.
And yeah, I wish I had the confidence of this woman to record a video out loud like that. I don't even do anything like that. And she's going all in on this, which is just impressive.
Munchausen by proxy. She's just doing a little experiment. And that's one of the things I've learned from this, like the spike of Gen X kids going up on trans or non-binary or confused. They really are, like you said, moldable clay, and you can push them in any which direction.
Yeah, this kid 100% because of the mom, this is her right here, or them, or whatever. Maybe it's the dad.
You never know.
Changed over. That's how you get there. It's 100% how you get there. If you influence a kid at a young age this way, they are very likely to become what you want them to become.
Which is why the elementary school and the middle school is such a battleground, because they can get there. The teachers can get to your kid while they're moldable clay, and they don't see that you just changed the whole back of the clay the pottery, you know, of your kid's mind. And they just change the whole thing. Let me bend this out. It's not a bowl anymore. It's a faucet. So that's why that's the unspoken thing of why it's such a big battleground, is because they know they can affect and impact these kids significantly if given the unfettered access, you know?
Exactly. And then they want everyone else to be asleep or to approve and go, yeah, you know, we're not against anybody. We don't hate anybody. We're not anti this or anti that. Teach the kids whatever you think is best.
Love is love.
Yeah. And then here you go. Now you have a kid in the dress who is repeating mom's weird lines.
Yeah, and then the mom is feeding him these lines, and then the kid's getting bullied in school for it. They're like, oh, you're a girl, because that's all they know. They know the dress. You're probably trying to be a girl. And yeah, what's the emotional toll on this kid? Guess we'll find out in 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. This kid does not have to be your kid, though, which is why we are happy to have been sponsored by Brave Books once again for Cringe of the Week. Our friends at Brave Books have created a line of children's books and toys and accessories that are very based, not woke, and they're not going to teach your kid any of this weird LGBT trans stuff. It's very important. They just have a new one that just came out. This week's book is The Plot Against the King by Kash Patel, who we love. Big fans of Kash Patel here on the show. And it basically teaches the story of the Russiagate hoax in a children's book, which is very, very cool. It's going to teach your kids in a palatable way about how Hillary Clinton and company tried to steal the 2016 election. It's written by Kash Patel. Has already been reposted by Trump and his whole squad. It's been endorsed by them. Check it out, bravebooks.us. Use code FLECKUS for 20% off.
Yeah.
We're still doing 20% off?
I think so.
Moving on. Now let's take a look at a company that's not doing the good books that we like from Brave Books. Here's a Disney book. We had a fan send us this video. They went on like some Disney vacation, and in all the Disney hotel rooms, they have this Disney book. And look what happens when you open to the end of the book, when they start thanking people. Who do they thank?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Literally Jeffrey Epstein. There's no Jeffrey Epstein in this book. Yeah. And in fact, it's the opposite.
Unless he's the villain or something.
Exactly. So that's the alternative. Disney has books and Jeffrey Epstein's in it. So I don't know. What do you guys want to support?
What should I do? Should I keep giving money to the people who hate me?
And trying to make my kids gay and girls? Or and support literally Jeffrey Epstein? Or should I go to bravebooks.us? I think we know the answer to that now. Moving on. Wisconsin Senator booed. Wisconsin Senator a Wyoming senator gave a speech, graduation speech.
At the University of Wyoming.
At the University of Wyoming. And here's what happened.
Are those in government who believe not that the Creator endowed us with inalienable rights, as the founders of our nation acknowledged in the Declaration of Independence, but that government created those rights, and that government should redefine those rights, including our rights to freedom of speech, religion, property, assembly, and to keep and bear arms. Even fundamental scientific truths, such as the existence of two sexes, male and female, are subject to challenge these days.
Not okay. Not okay to say that.
At the University of Wyoming, the Cowboys.
The Cowboys. The cow people.
Yeah.
So that is now a controversial statement. The crowd is overwhelmingly against it. It's very scary, but that's just what years of the education system does to you. I'm sure there's people in the crowd that are based.
Yeah, obviously. There are
just the loudest voices are heard and everyone assumes it's a consensus. It's kind of like the story of the whole issue in one video clip.
And honestly, like, even if someone said something in a commencement that you disagreed with, are Republicans going to go, boo, like, screw you?
Yeah.
Like, not really. This is the loud, angry, purple hair types who are like, I want in-state tuition. I was born in Wyoming. Psst, I hate my life, you know?
Exactly.